All right, my friends, it is that time again. It is our Facebook Live session today of some free music tips from Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Welcome, welcome. Those people, I'm waiting for some people to come on, and we are going to get started in a little bit. But I want to remind you guys, as always, before we begin, Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy Facebook page. Please like and share these Facebook Live videos. Okay, and you'll see, besides this video, you'll see other Facebook Live videos as we've been going, and we're in our conducting series for this week. Okay, and we're going to talk about some odd number conducting patterns. Okay, for a 5-beat pattern and a 7-beat pattern. Okay. But again, like and share this video, and like and share the other videos that are on there, and also check out Mr. C's Diligent Students Facebook group page and get on there and become a member. It's absolutely free. You will see these Facebook Lives as well as some other posted videos that no one's ever seen, okay, unless you're a member, of course. Unless you're a part of that membership, which I got a good amount of members already. Let's get some more. I want to share all these great music tips to include in a homeschool music curriculum. Okay, so once again, my Facebook page, Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Like and share the videos that are on there of these lives that I've been doing, including this one, and also go on to Mr. C's Diligent Students group Facebook group page and like and share there. Become a member. I'm getting all the words mixed up, but become a member, and you'll be you'll have some extra added access to other videos that I have on there besides these lives. Okay, now again, what I do, Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy, again, is just dedicated to bringing a general music curriculum into the homeschool environment for all you homeschool parents. I do this free for those who can't go onto my website, which is Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy.com. And the things that we go over on these Facebook Lives are in a course that I came out with that's called Mission Music. All right, so Mission Music, and there are plenty of choices over there. But for those parents and homeschool parents and guardians that can't get on there and enroll in that, then I do these for free so that everybody can still have these awesome tips that we can do. Okay, so basically, again, we're in our conducting series. That's what we're here for. And so far, I've taught you a 4-beat pattern. Okay, starting Monday, we started with the 4-beat pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we also did our 3-beat pattern, which is a waltz tempo. Okay, and that goes 1, 2, 3. All right. And then yesterday we went over still waltz tempo with a 2-beat pattern. Okay. So we did a 6-beat pattern, which would normally be in a 6/8 time or a 6/4 time. That's something I didn't mention yesterday. But there would be meters that actually say 6/4, in which case it would mean 6 beats per measure, as we always learn from our top number in our meters. Okay, we would have the top number in the meter would mean beats per measure. And the bottom number of that meter, they're stacked, okay, that you usually see at the beginning of a song. So the bottom number would indicate the particular note that would receive 1 beat, okay? And so if you ever see a 4 at the bottom, like these, okay, and I'm going to explain these a little bit more in a little while, but whenever you see a 4 at the bottom of a meter, that's when that is a symbol for the quarter note. Yesterday I showed you a 6/8 meter, and the 8 was at the bottom of that meter. So whenever you see an 8-beat pattern, an 8 on the bottom number of a meter, that would indicate that the 8th note gets 1 beat, okay, which looks different from the quarter note. Let me just write those just so that we're clear, actually. So quarter notes, okay, quarter notes look like this, okay. We've probably seen those before, okay? That would equal 1 beat if the bottom number of a meter is a number 4, okay? So, but first, before I continue, I want to say hi to my wife, Shirley, of course, who's on with us, and also Mr. Mark Vowell. How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. We're going over conducting techniques, okay? Which should suit you right up your alley, since you're such I have lots of friends who are definitely math people, and this is how math ties in with music again. So, yes, stick around. This will be really, really, really cool stuff, okay? But again, I'm teaching all you homeschool parents, okay, and anybody else who's interested in music, okay, how the correlation between music and other subjects are. In this case, this is mostly math, mostly, more than anything, mostly math. But there also is, as well as a math indication there, a connection. There's also a physical education connection, awareness of body and gross motor skill, that type of thing. So, so we were just saying that in a meter, at the beginning of a song, you have the top number again, which tells us beats per measure, okay? And that's the separate, in a piece of music, is separated by bar lines, and within that, those bar lines is a group of notes. And so you have a full measure. And a measure, this top number, or this top number, you know, depending on the meter you have, the top number always indicates beats per measure. But the bottom number will always indicate the type of note that receives one beat, our basic unit of count. And so in this case, whenever we have a number 4 at the bottom of a meter, it's the symbol for the quarter note, which would equal 1 beat. However, in yesterday's session, at 3:30, which is when we do all our sessions every Monday through Friday at 3:30, our meter was 6/8, and I was showing everybody how to do a 6-beat pattern. So top number would be 6 beats per measure, but the 8 would indicate that the 8th note, that's this note. So it looks like the quarter note, but with the quarter note, has the note head, has the stem, but it's added a flag, a little flag to indicate the difference. Okay, this 8th note, okay, which has a fractional name, by the way, if you notice, quarter note, meaning 1/4, right? And then you have the 8th note, which is 1/8. Okay, it's a way of getting any pupil. Hello, Miss Karen Robinson. Thank you for joining us. Okay, but it's a way for any student of music. Okay, any student of music to correlate fractions with the music notes. Okay, notice, and I said this before in some of the other sessions. All the notes in music have a fractional name. A whole note, whole meaning 1. A half note, meaning 1/2, right? And just as I said, a quarter note look like this, meaning 1/4. An 8th note, that's the way it looks different from that quarter note, but 1/8, indicating a certain size, okay? But the meter now, the meter being 6/8 at the beginning of a song, they'll have these two numbers stacked like that. 6/8 will tell us that now the 8th note, whenever we have an 8 at the bottom of that meter, an 8th note will equal 1 full beat, okay? And so what happens is with all those other notes, the values change, okay? So for example, if the bottom number of a meter was a 4, okay, telling us that the quarter note is equal to 1 beat, that means a half note would be equal to 2 beats. And why? Because a half of something is really double the size of a quarter, of 1/4. So because it's double the size of that, therefore that would indicate that it's 2 beats, right? However, in the 6/8 meter, okay, the 8th note, 1/8, okay, is really half the size of a quarter. So how many beats? If the 8th note is equal to 1 beat, then the quarter note is going to be equal to what? 2, because it takes 2/8 to equal a quarter. You see? So many times I've had this kind of lesson with my students, public school, private lessons, I should say. But I've had these kind of lessons with my students, and I would correlate the math, okay? Because you always, again, with any specials, especially music, you will find that there are correlations and connections to all the other core subjects, okay? And that, what does that do for any student? It enhances, it reinforces those concepts. If they were having trouble with it before, music can kind of bring it out, because not only that, with the size of the note, You can understand length of time for how long you have to hold it or how short you have to cut off that note, depending whether you're singing it or whether you're playing it or whatever. Rhythm has its benefit. In this case, rhythm has its benefit with math. That's why you'll find, such a reinforcer of math being played out in music. Okay? So that's the idea. So yesterday's, again, that, just to go back to the original thought, okay, that the number 8 on the bottom indicated to us that the 8th note will now equal 1 full beat, okay? So depending on the meter, it changes the value of all those notes. And yet the notes have this fractional name to it, okay? This fractional name so that you can, again, understand fractions, understand length, understand the length by the length of sound, okay? And using timing in that sense, okay? Not so much as time as we know it, okay, through a clock, but time of how long you hold that note for, or how quick and short it is, because depending on the note value, all right? And the meters tell us that at the beginning of every song. You will always find a meter, okay? It's the composer's way of telling the player what's expected. What are you going to be doing throughout the entire song? How many beats per measure will you be counting? And which note has our basic, again, most basic unit of count, which is 1, right? All right, but let's get on to the conducting part. Now, the conducting part, as I said at the beginning of this week, okay, which again, by the way, we always meet 3:30s on Facebook, okay? So 3:30 our live Facebook sessions from Monday through Friday, okay? So don't miss out. Tell your friends, like and share this video again. But again, on Monday, we talked about the importance of the conductor. The conductor, okay, is not there to wave his magical wand, so to speak. It's not there for fancy, and to entertain. However, it does kind of have an entertainment factor. A lot of people are enthralled by the conductor, this person of a great stature, and comes up to the podium and he gets in front of his band, the concert band or the orchestra, and he raises his hands and all the players get ready. They get ready to go and they're watching him, okay? So there's a fascination, like when we look at Mickey Mouse and Fantasia, and everything's moving around magically, but he's not a wizard, or her or she, okay? There are many kinds of conductors, right? But they're not wizards. They're just keeping tempo. They're keeping the tempo for the entire band, the entire concert band, and the entire orchestra. They're doing that so that all these hundreds of players, okay, can have one visual focal point that they can look to and stay together. If it wasn't for that conductor being there, keeping tempo, then multiple sections would be out of course. They would lose their way, okay? So that's the idea you have to keep in mind. Conducting is something that we not only reinforce, okay, yes, awareness of body, gross motor skills, but combining that with math and counting and really getting acquainted with rhythm, and not only rhythm of a song, but the feeling of the song. How we, again, and what was it, on Tuesday's session, I talked about the left hand showing emotional content, showing the band what they need to do, whether it's like really loud and strong or soft and laid back, or doing sweet movements with the wrists as you're conducting the conducting pattern. They're still looking for all of that so that all the band members can play as such. The conductor is the leader. That conductor, that person, will take the entire band through the entire performance, okay, with exactly the intent of the song and still keeping steady, whether it's fast tempo or whether it's very slow. Not all songs are created equally, but the conductor is in charge of that, okay? And so it's multiple disciplines. Conducting is really multiple disciplines in one, okay? Really getting to know the music as far as rhythm and feeling and all of that, but at the same time, learning how to be a leader. And when you teach your children this, when you teach your children how to be a leader in this sense, okay, that can connect to lots of different other aspects in life. So Yeah, you get a lot out of music and in this sense, conducting, okay? But let's go to our purpose today. Our real purpose today is looking at these odd number conducting patterns, okay? So we have a 5-beat meter right over here. I showed you two, okay? We looked at these even numbers, right? Two, 2-beat meter, 6, a 4-beat meter, and then we had the 3-beat meter, okay, which is that waltz tempo. But now we have a 5-beat meter. Here's an example of a 5-beat meter, kind of coming back to the meter again. This tells us there are 5 beats per measure, and that the quarter note gets 1 beat, okay? But in a 5-beat meter, this would be the pattern. So what I would like you guys to do is take your pencil, right? This is our substitute baton, conductor's baton, when we don't have a baton. But if you happen to have one in the closet, take it out, dust it off, okay? If you happen to be a music enthusiast and had a baton long time ago, yeah, take it out, get it ready. Let's conduct together, right? So, but if you don't have that, let's use a pencil, a pen, doesn't matter. So long as it's something like this, okay? Just a slim piece of whatever, wood here in this case. And we're going to use that point, okay, as the ictus. Remember I talked about that the beginning of the week. The ictus, it shows the beat as you conduct. Now, if you're wondering, if you're new and you're joining us today, why I'm doing this, why I'm hitting my hand over here, no, it's not for no reason. The idea is that when we conduct, every note, every beat, I should say, is really emphasized by the way we flick our wrist and move our forearm and our arm in general. Okay, every beat is indicated, but how do we do that? Here, a good warm up and just a good start would be taking your other hand, take your pencil, and you hold it by the latter end over here. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to hold that left hand out while the right hand grips the pencil, and you're just going to do this over and over and over again. And when you do this, you're kind of feeling that bounce, okay? Getting used to this bounce, okay? This is kind of like your crutch, okay? Your training wheel to your bicycle, okay? You're just doing this over and over again so you can feel that bounce. 1 and 1 and 1, just like that, okay? And so what that does is, when you then take out the training wheels of your bicycle, what are you trying to do? You're trying to see if you can ride without it. So now we're going to try to see if we can bounce, okay, with that, again, using that sort of wrist action, okay, to flick kind of, and at the same time the rest of our arm, okay, and then you're going to take your hand out of the way and imagine that the hand is there. You see? You're going to imagine that the hand is there, like you're hitting something invisible, all right? And so that's how you indicate. See, if your ictus, which is the point of your baton, or in this case our pencil or pen, if you know how to do this just right, your band will see where all those beats are, okay? So let's cut that. By the way, whenever I do this, that means stop, okay? So that's our cue. Get used to using that cue as you conduct. Even while I do it with me. So if I cut you off, do this with me. If you're conducting your band, your orchestra, okay, your chorus, okay, they want to see this so they know exactly when to stop, okay? So we do this, right? And if you're doing a 4-beat pattern like I went over Monday, this would be the 4-beat pattern. 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 for up, okay? 4 up. So again, it's 1, left 2, right 3, up 4. And notice that every time I go to every side, you see a clear beat being done because I warmed up for the most part. I did this a lot when I was in college, okay? And then I felt that, that beat right there, and imagine that as I conduct. So now every player will be able to see every beat. This is the best way to get in touch with that rhythm, okay? Our 3-beat pattern, okay? Do this a little bit, right? And then our 3-beat pattern would be 1, 2 to the right, 3 up. So it's 1, 2 to the right, 3 up. 1, 2 to the right, 3 up. 1, 2 to the right, 3 up. Okay? So that's our 3-beat pattern. Our 6-beat pattern, 6-beat for a 6/8 time or a 6/4 time, or 6/4 meter, or a 6/8 meter. We would go 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the left, 4 to the right, 5 to the right, 6 for the upstroke there, okay? So it's 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the left, 4 to the right, 5 to the right, 6 for up. Down, down 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the left, 4 to the right, 5 to the right, 6 up. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And then you notice that last beat always comes up in the middle right there, kind of right there. You're kind of doing this motion, okay? Depending on the conducting pattern, you're going from here to here and then back up for that last beat, okay? Off. All right, so there's that. And then there was the 2-beat pattern, okay? That we just simply, it's almost kind of like a U. So we're going 1 to the right, 2 back up. You see that? So it's just for a 2-beat meter, a 2-beat pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you just do that over and over again. Okay, so there is our There is our 2-beat pattern. Those are the beat patterns that we went over this week thus far. 5-beat pattern. Here we go. Take a look. So here's a 5-beat meter. Here's a pattern. Okay, these odd or even numbers, I should say. Let's say odd number before. Yeah, even number. These weird beat patterns, okay, they're gonna be a little bit weirder, and I can tell you, when I was taking conducting in college, I could tell you I think I even said I hated them. Okay, I think I told them, it was in the privacy of my own rehearsal room or whatever, but I did say I hate them. Okay, because they are very weird. It's not, you'll find that the conducting patterns we've gone over this week is a little bit more. There is a little bit of a better flow because you know what you're doing. This kind of changes that a little bit, okay? And you're about to see why. So, taking your pencil, kind of looking in my direction over here with our 5-beat pattern, okay? First, you're going to, from down the middle, okay? You're going to come down for 1. There's beat 1, okay? Then you're going to come over to your left. You're going to go to your left for beat 2, okay? Then when you bounce at beat 2, you're going to go all the way to the right for beat 3. But notice that beat 3 is the farthest right, okay? See how beat 3 is to the farthest right? Because what happens is after you bounce on beat 3, you're going to go to beat 4 a little closer to the left, but still on the right, still on your right side of your body. You're kind of going to go over 3, little bit over to the left for 4, but not fully going all the way to the left, but just a little step over 4, and then notice where beat 5 is, kind of in your middle and up. Okay, so very strange, I know, and kind of annoying, but enough practice and repetition, especially in front of that mirror. That was my tip yesterday and the day before. In front of a mirror, reflect the surface. You can observe yourself making your mistakes and fix them right then and there. So if you do this in front of a mirror, okay, you'll get really good at it. Also, provided the fact that you have these written down. So if you get a chance during this video, or better yet, you can easily access these on Google. They are right on Google Images. They actually have the patterns. I know because I've looked them up. So you go on Google Images, put 5-beat conducting pattern, or any beat conducting pattern, and it will show you diagrams upon diagrams of a lot of different conducting patterns. Okay, so you'll be able to find that very easily. So just Google image it, Google image search engine, whatever beat pattern, and you'll see plenty of diagrams there. And you can save it, okay, so you can go back to it. But otherwise, if you're a little more old school and you need to write it out, okay, by all means, draw these patterns so that you can have as a reference, okay? If you don't have time before, there's no rush to do it during the video, by the way. You can always go back to it, of course, okay, and then just replay it. But here we go. So let's do this again together, okay? Follow along with me. Take your pencil, kind of wave it in front of you in this direction. So we're going to go down for 1, 2 to the left, 3 all the way to the right, 4 a little bit towards the middle to the left, and then 5 closer to the middle and up. And so again, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you go up, okay, for that last beat. Let's do that again. Here we go. 1, 2 to the left, 3 far right, 4 towards the middle, 5 in the middle more, and up, okay? So let's practice that now with, okay, I'm going to model that for you this way, okay, so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm facing this way, so it's kind of like a mirror image type, but again, I'm going to say left, right, that type of thing, so as not to confuse you. So you're going to take your baton, arms up. You're going to go down 1, toward, right in your center, right? Down 1, 2 to the left, then 3 to the right, 4 towards the middle, 5 closer to the middle, and up. See that? Let's try that again. So, again, with me. And 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 towards the center, 5 very center, and up. Okay? Let's try that a little bit with a little bit of tempo now going. I'm going to give a count. All right? I'm going to give you a 5 count before we start. And then we're going to come in on 1. All right? So let's try that together. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, ready, and begin. And 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 close to center, 5 in the center, and up. All right? Not bad. Let's try it again, guys. Let's try it again. Here we go. And down 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 come closer, 5 in the middle, and up. Okay? Let's try it again. Here we go. Again, this takes repetition, guys. It takes repetition to really, really get this, okay? Especially with this pattern. You know, sometimes I try to go fast when it was too soon, and I'd be like, you know, I just want to hit myself, okay? But calm down. I calm down. I have to learn to calm down. And, okay, let's just do it again. That's what I got to tell myself. And that's what you want to tell your children as well. You want to tell them, let's do it again. Oh, you made a mistake. So what? Don't get upset. Just do it again. Just do it again, okay? And by the way, here's one little thing, a little side note, okay? Rehearsal with your students, okay? Or let's say independent rehearsal, okay? Even independent rehearsal. The most any student should be really independently rehearsing. The most time they should spend on it, okay? And get this, just about 10 minutes a day minimum. But no more than 20 minutes, okay? But definitely about 10 minutes a day, okay? I would even more strong, especially for our young students. Definitely 10 minutes a day, okay? But consecutively. Think about it. For just 10 minutes, okay? And 10 minutes goes by really quick. That's something that you can always tell your students. I've always tell them, 10 minutes is nothing compared to the rest of your day, okay? Even when you have other priorities. 10 minutes a day, no big deal, okay? You just got to schedule it out, make room for it. So 10 minutes a day, okay? In 10 minutes a day, you can actually get a lot done. However, you can also make mistakes. You can make mistakes along the way, but as long as you're going through the repetitions, and that's the key. I always give them a certain amount of repetitions, 10 times a day for something, 20 times a day. You know, that really should encompass your 10-minute full. Even 10 times a day could be like 5 minutes, and then you for the next 5 minutes that they have left of their rehearsal time, they could do another 10, you know. But I give them some kind of amount of reps, okay? You know, just like we do in exercise, right? A amount of reps that they can do, that they can go through and just continuously do it, even through the mistakes. That's the key thing too. Even if they make a mistake, okay, along the way, that's okay. Just go through it, through the entire pattern or whatever, or the song. Go back to the beginning, do another repetition. See, because what happens is, for those 10 minutes that they're doing full work, all those reps, right? As soon as 10 minutes are done, they just put away. And I'll tell them, when your 10 minutes is up, put your sheet music away. Don't look at it again. Don't practice. Leave it alone, right? Just go, and then you go back the next day. And you'll actually find that in your practice, right? Get this, your fine your muscle motor memory skills, and it doesn't matter what instrument you're doing, or even if you're singing, your muscle motor memory kicks in. Okay, you did your repetitions. The next day, okay, despite mistakes, the next day you'll find that you come fresh-minded, ready to work again, ready to work another 10 minutes, right? And you actually got better by leaving it alone. You see, those mistakes that you were making the day before, you're actually getting better the next day because you're doing it, and for some reason, it sits in your mind for a while, and then you attempt it, you actually get better. Okay, so long as you're following a consecutive schedule, and that's what you want to tell your students. Be consecutive. Practice every day, but no more than 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. Okay? It's not right for them to practice for hours on end, because what happens is it actually lessens the motivation. Okay? So what you want to tell your children, your students, whoever you're teaching, and no matter what age too, by the way, it doesn't matter what age. If you just tell them, listen, if you practice for more than 10 minutes and you keep going for hours, what's going to happen is most likely the mistakes that you're making, you might even be getting worse because you're getting frustrated that you're not getting you're not getting the original problems that you had there depending on the song. So what happens is, it lessens the motivation on the student. They get so frustrated that they call it a night after 2 hours of practice, even 1 hour, even half an hour of practice, right? They get really frustrated. They put it away. The next day comes, and what do you know? It's time for them to practice, and they're gonna remember the frustration that they felt the day before, and they're gonna go, you know what? I think I'll put it off tomorrow. I'm not in the mood. Okay, I'm not in the mood to get mad. So that's what they think to themselves. So they put it off for tomorrow. And then the next day, then the day after that comes, and same thing. Oh, I don't think I'm going to do it today either. I'll wait, and then every day comes until the following week that they have to present to the teacher their progress in that song. And then what happens? Then before you know it, they've gone an entire week with no practice. They probably even tried to practice an hour before you got there, an hour before you got to them. Try to really cram it in. Cramming doesn't help. Okay, in most cases, even in other subjects, cramming does not help. Okay, for true learning. So yeah, no more than 10 minutes. Tell your students no more than 10 minutes on something, and practice repetitiously for those 10 minutes. Once those 10 minutes are up, put it away. Don't look at it until the next day. You'll find that their motivation for getting it becomes better. They're more energized. They feel good, and they actually do get better so long as they follow it consecutively every single day. Till when they're supposed to present. Okay, so that's the idea. Anyway, back to our 5-beat pattern. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this together. Get your batons ready. Here we go. And let me show it to you one more time before we do it together. So it's down 1, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. 3 to the right. I was right. 3 to the right, 4 closer to center, and 5 middle up. Okay. Let's do that again. It's 1, 2 left, 3 right, 4 closer to center, 5 and up in the center. Okay? Let's try this in tempo. Here we go. I'll give you my 5 count together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2 left, 3 far right, 4 closer, 5 middle and up and off. Okay? Not bad. Okay, rewind, get back to this tape again and practice along with me, when you go over this again, guys. Okay? So, that's our 5-beat meter. Let's go to our 7-beat meter now. Look at that 7-beat meter. Whoopsie daisy. Here we go. So we go, taking your pencil, also your baton, right? You're going to go down for beat. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Look at that. Let's make sure I indicate beat 1. There we go. That's much better. All right. So we go down straight middle 1, right? Here's the kicker. Here's where we're going to be like, oh boy, hit me in the head with something right now. So we go down 1, go to the right for 2, okay, for beat 2. But then cross over to your left for beat 3, more farther to your left for beat 4, then cross all the way over back to your right for beat 5, farther to the right for beat 6, and then back, cross over to your middle for beat 7. And there's that beat 7. Bam, like that, okay? So if you notice, no matter what, we always go back to the last beat in any meter, kind of coming back to your center and up. That's how we end that, okay? It starts with beat 1, always going down in the middle. Last beat of any meter, middle and up. You see that? That's how you end that. So let's do that again. Do that again with the actual diagram. We go down to your middle 1, over to your right, your small right for beat 2, but then cross over to your left for beat 3, farther left for beat 4, all the way over to your right for beat 5, further to the right for beat 6, and cross to the middle for beat 7 and up. Okay? Do it again with me. We go 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle and up. Do it again. Here we go, because this is really tricky. It's really, again, really tricky. I wanted to bang my head on the table every time I did this. Okay? But I didn't. That's why I look so good. See? So we go 1 down, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Again, 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Okay? And off. All right. So, let's do it in this view now. Here we go. This view, frontal right here. And we're going to go, get your batons ready. Okay? We're going to go down to the middle 1, to the right 2, to the left 3, to the left more 4, to the right 5, right more 6, and up middle 7. Okay? I probably went too far away from that camera. Okay? Let me try that. Let me try that again. I'll try to make sure you can see beat 6. Okay? So let's do this again. We go down 1 middle, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Keep going, and down 1 to the middle, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up, and go 1 down, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Okay, there you go. Let's try to do it tempo. I'm going to give you that 7 count now, a 7 beat count before we actually come in, okay? So here we go. Batons and arms up, okay? By the way, I didn't mention this before. Notice all conductors actually start this way. The reason they do that is to alert their players. You know, they know that they're always watching their conductor for whatever. So as soon as you go like this, and you look straight and you gaze at your instrumentalists or your singers, okay? As soon as you go like this, they know. They get ready, basically, okay? They get their instruments. As soon as they go like this, as soon as you as a conductor goes like this, that is their cue to get their instruments or themselves ready to play or sing, okay? So, here we go. That's it, all right? So here we go. We're going to conduct 7 beat. Here's my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go down the middle. And 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Keep going. 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, and 7 middle up. Keep going. 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Keep going. 1 and 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. One more. 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up, and off. Whoo! Shake it out. A little bit of dynamic movement, low impact dynamic movement. A little bit of isometrics with the arm kind of being there. Yeah, we gotta stretch it out. We gotta shake it out a little bit. We gotta breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Okay, let's do some neck rolls too. A little bit of neck rolls. Okay, very slow, of course. You don't want to hurt yourself. Whiplash. Go to the other way. Yeah. All right. Rotate those shoulders. Go the other way. All right. Yeah. Sometimes we need a little bit of that, especially when we've been conducting for so long, right? Okay. This takes practice. Again, repetition. It takes practice, constant repetition for your 10 minutes only per day, by the way. But even that can get tiring. So in the middle of your rehearsal, you want to stop, take a breath, stretch a little bit. Okay? Music is also pretty physical. Music can be kind of physical. All right? So here we go. Let's do this again. Okay, but this time let's review. We're going to review first our 5-beat meter, and then we're going to go on to the 7-beat meter. We'll do 5-beat meter a couple of times. I'll cut you off, and then I'll let you know when we do 7-beat meter. Always give you a count. Here you go. Always give, and that's another tip when practicing and teaching your students as well. Let them give themselves a nice count, a steady count that they should be doing in their heads before they actually start. Okay? Tempo is key. Tempo is a guide to everything in music. Okay? All right. Here we go. Batons up, arms up. Right? And remember, 1 down in the middle, 5-beat pattern. Let me show you first, me first, okay? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I messed that up, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So my fault, I actually messed up. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you guys caught that. If you did, good for you, okay? It's good to catch mistakes, even on the teacher. Why? Because then it shows you're paying attention, it shows you're learning, okay? So same thing, and you want to tell your students that, catch me in a mistake. I want you to catch me, okay? This way I know you understand, okay? So it's 1 down, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 come towards the center, 5 middle up, okay? Let's do our 5-beat meter. Here we go. And on my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 1 center, 2 left, 3 right, 4 come center, 5 and up, off. Okay? So there you go. That's our 5-beat meter and 7-beat meter now. Here we go. Again, it's 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Okay? Let's try this together. Here we go. Hands up. Breathe. Okay, and let's take it to the center. Here we go. Beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. And 1, 2 to the right, 3 to the left, 4 to the left, 5 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 middle up. Keep going. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. Okay? Shake it out, guys. Shake it out. Shake it out. Yes. Okay, so our 7-beat meter, okay, 5-beat meter, 7-beat meter. Now this is the thing. This is where we are looking for progress, okay? When we're looking for progress, we assess, okay? Not just ourselves when we practice, but also our students when we teach it to them, right? So we're looking to now, by being ahead of your students, being able to teach them, okay, this type of thing, the idea is you want to get good at it. You want to not only keep it steady and at a moderate tempo or even a slow tempo, because remember I said one of those keys to practice, and you tell your students the same thing, is to keep the tempo slow as they're getting used to it, whether it's a song they're playing or even conducting, right? So not just keeping it slow, but not the whole time, because why? Again, as I said earlier in this video, not all songs are created equal. Some are fast, some are slow, right? So the key thing is, once we have it slow, we want to now further our practice by doing another set of 10 or 20 repetitions, right? But doing it, picking up the tempo a little bit, picking up that speed, okay, that pace. All right, so we want to pick it up a little by little. So every time we get comfortable with one kind of tempo, then we pick up the tempo a bit more, okay, till we can do it really fast if we need to, okay? So what am I talking about? Here's the 5-beat meter, okay? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, off. And see, we want to be able to go that fast, okay? Same thing with the 7-beat meter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I messed that up. See, that's what happened. See, this is why I went crazy, a little bit nuts in college. Okay, this is me. Yeah. It's like I'm revisiting again my time there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and that's the idea. You still wanna follow that pattern, but how well can you keep that steady? That steady doesn't necessarily mean moderate. Okay, it doesn't mean a moderate flow, a moderate tempo. Steady means staying within the pattern and keeping to those beats, even though the tempo changes, even though it gets fast, even though it goes really slow, okay? So what you got to do is, again, the tip for rehearsing, and you tell your students this, go in front of a mirror. You get in front of a mirror, you do this and do your repetitions in front of that mirror, because it is your best observer. You will be your own best observer. Whatever mistakes you make right then and there, you can correct them as you continue to practice, okay? So your mirror is your best friend when it comes to conducting. That's the idea. The more you do it every day consecutively for those 10 times or 20 times, you will get better. You will have more of a feel, a grasp of rhythm and tempo, and be able to conduct your own players, to teach your own children, okay? And whoever it is you might be teaching this to, all right? So it's just good all around. That's the idea. So today was that 5-beat meter and 7-beat meter. Those really weird conducting patterns that can, if you're not careful, it could really take you out of your steadiness. You could mess up. But the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, guys. Okay, so that's it. Take a look at this video again. Practice with the video. It's good to have this, okay? And practice with the video, practice in front of that mirror, okay? And, become really good at conducting, okay? You can teach your own students, your own children, the same skill. And it's so good for them, again, in regards to, some mathematical understanding with rhythm, in a sense. Also with physical education, because a little body awareness and gross motor skills, I should say. Which means large, yes. Okay. But gross motor skills, okay, and body awareness, okay, and following patterns, that type of thing. All of that is really good. And of course, becoming a leader, all right? Very great skill in becoming a leader, all right? All right, guys, tomorrow we will meet again. Facebook Live, our Facebook session at 3:30 p.m., okay, Friday for conducting. This week is all about conducting. We'll have another session on conducting with some added stuff in there, and next week we'll start a new thing, okay? But it's always Monday through Fridays on Facebook Live, okay? Monday through Friday, Facebook. I'm on page Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. I want you to get on there, like and share, okay? Like and share the page, like and share this video, and take a look and scroll down, look at some of the other Facebook Lives that I have on there. Like and share those as well. Use them for your own music curriculum in your own home, okay, for your own kids, or just for you if you're a music enthusiast. If it's just for you, yeah, this is what I'm here for, guys. To spread the knowledge, spread the knowledge that music, yes, it's a different language, but it's definitely not. It can not only be accessed through going to a performing arts college or something like that, okay, or being part of a conservatory or whatever. I'm giving it to you, okay? Here it is, okay? I'm giving it to you. Yeah, take advantage, guys. And if you always wanted to do this and you couldn't, here's your chance, guys. I'll go to that group page and become a member, where you will find these lives as well as some other posts of videos that I have regarding musical tips and such, okay? Something that you don't get unless you are a member, which becoming a member is absolutely free. No charge whatsoever, okay? All right. Guys, thank you for joining us so much, okay? Again, like I said earlier before, this was just, I do this to bring free tips when people cannot go onto my website, which is Mr. C's homeschoolmusicacademy.com, where I have my mission music course, okay, for a certain price. So when you can't access that, okay, then I do these for free for anybody, okay? But also, just to let you know, again, there might be a chance that I might change the schedule, where I might not be coming in as the school year is starting, and I have enrollees also in Mr. C's homeschoolmusicacademy.com. I have enrollees where I'm going to be teaching kids some live webinar sessions such as these. I'm going to be doing that on my website. So when that happens, I'm going to keep you abreast beforehand as to when the time schedule will change for our Facebook Lives. It's not happening anytime soon, don't worry. Okay, but I will give you, I'll put a post up way ahead of time so that you guys can see it, okay? Be aware of that. Look on the Facebook page, Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Become a member of Diligent Students, okay? And you will have all that information. I'll make sure so that we don't miss our sessions together, okay? All right, guys, thanks again for joining us, and I will see you tomorrow at the same Mr. C channel, same Mr. C time, 3:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, tomorrow for more conducting. Guys, have a great day, and as always, as I tell all my students, happy practicing. Take care.